jonesing for my butter half. That's why I run a bath, rub her feet and scratch her back to let her know I love her ass. She's so sophisticated, but likes misbehaving when she needs attention. Not to mention what it is she's craving me, cause I give her R-E-S-P-E-C-T, X's and O's, and some D, and she be in love, yeah, she feeling me, cause that's what it'll bring when you do the little things, like take her out, wine and dine her, and still pull out the chair behind her. Remind her that she's so beautiful, and she'll never lose that sexy hood appeal. Surprise her with flowers in her cubicle. We'll see a movie or a musical, taking long walks, having long talks, hella cool. With her mom and pops, drop some change on her, tell her hit the mall, take the day off, baby, and hit the spa. Roll some weed up, sip some rock. If she want it, she knows she can get it all. She wanna be spoiled and pampered and taken care of, what every woman's after. A commitment, and we stay true to ours. And if you're listening, girl, I'm loving who you are. If you didn't know, babe, I'm loving who you are. Loving who you are. And if you didn't know, babe, loving who you are, loving who you are. And if you didn't know, babe, I'm loving who you are, loving who you are. And I give her space when she's stressing out from work, the kids are PMSing. Send her text messages just to check in, like I'm thinking of you, how's your day been? She wanna stay in when it's nighttime, sip some white wine and watch Lifetime. And I don't mind, I let her sleep in on the weekends, make some eggs and coffee, give her the treatment. Then I tell her put on that Vicky Secret, cause you know tonight we'll be freaking. She been #1, you know that's right. If I was starving, I'd still give her my last bite. And our last fight ended with me lifting her on the sink for a quickie. When we're 50, we'll renew our vows. That'll be 25 years under our belts. When I see her, I still hear bells. I can't help it, I'm under her spell. I know her real well. What makes her tick, what makes her happy, sad, and what makes her pissed. And I reminisce how we've been through it all. And don't forget, baby, I'm loving who you are. If you didn't know, babe, slow jams, loving who you are. Oh no.
You're listening to
KXVS.
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 Voice of Stockton.
Hot damn. See you licking frozen from your own hands. Want another taste of making.
All right, good morning, 209, Rise and Shine. I hope everybody's having a great morning. This is your boy Marcelis Flores in here on this bright and shining Thanksgiving morning, and I have my co-hosts. Go ahead and announce yourselves, co-hosts.
Got your girl Renee, Icasiano, aka Renee in the house.
She's got like her own little spiel. I just say I'm a friendly neighborhood skateboarder that falls a lot.
That's your spiel?
Yeah, it sounds funny, but yours is cool.
And half of Spider-Man's.
Okay.
And then we have special guest host today, Alex Appleby, who I'm working with in partnership with during the Libertarian fundraiser December 9th.
Yep.
And he is here to talk about a little bit of Libertarians and promote the show. So how you doing, Alex?
I'm good.
Well, thank you for coming out. A very huge shout out to the Libertarians for supporting me in all the past events and for you coming out this morning. How's everybody doing? It's Thanksgiving. It's Turkey Day. We got any big plans after this?
Eating, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna
Give me some food later.
Yeah.
Eating, drinking, being merry before the Christmas holidays, too. Getting ready for the Christmas holidays, like, already.
Sweet. Yeah, after Thanksgiving, it's just going to be rolling into Christmas. So if you guys have birthdays in between, just prep yourself. And
I hope people are going to be safe out there with that Black Friday stuff.
Yeah.
People die because of that.
It's not possible.
Huh? Oh, yeah, people do. But
like, they
just
get
do Cyber Monday.
trampled.
it is a risk.
Do it from my home.
It is a
Oh,
risk
that's
to black
what people
shopping.
people.
I personally have never went on one black shopping.
Black Friday?
Black
my bad.
shopping.
Black Friday shopping.
I've done that. I'm like, but no, I've never went to Black Friday. I've never stayed out to 12 a.m. at Walmart.
Well,
and
get in line at like
camped
11 at night for the 6 o'clock opening. Like,
Never,
who
man.
cares about that?
For a TV.
Yeah, to get a TV for
That's
$200
only
off.
25% off.
Yeah, or
Like,
some
no.
crap like that.
25% off still means you have to spend 75%.
Exactly.
Exactly. 50%
It's a
off
manipulation
is, we're
of
talking,
numbers, man.
We're talking like, oh, that's a good deal. 75%, no, 25% off is like you're playing with me now.
Right.
Like, unless it's 1,000, which even still, that's still, I round 750 to 1,000. You know,
Ridiculous.
like when you spend 750, like you spent 1,000.
Yeah, I don't roll less than
Just
1,000.
round that out.
Yeah, just round that out to 1,000. It's gonna come round itself
That's
out
that
after
new
taxes.
math.
Right.
That's that new math.
But
Just
technically,
round.
75, 750 does round off to 1,000.
Yeah,
When you,
you're right.
It
So
does.
why I'm laughing,
That's
'cause
why-
it's like that
And
new
you have to
math.
pay taxes,
But
so
it makes
you're not
sense.
really getting a deal.
Mhm.
Sales tax.
No deal.
You're still getting shammed.
No deal. And what I think they do is they just raise the prices and then cut them. You know, like if that thing's
Yeah,
$10, they'll be like,
because,
okay,
yeah.
raise it to 15, and then say it's
That's that wholesale buy
20% off.
mentality. It's like we get it wholesale, we raise the price so we can have a profit. Oh, but now we need to get back in the black from the red. So let's hurry up and cut these deals and make a little bit of profit instead of a bigger profit. So the margin is just a little bit different, but they have to get in the black somehow.
There's a numbers game somehow.
That's
Yeah.
what everybody does. Like tattoo
Companies
artists
do.
do it. It's so they'll be like, man, I need to make an extra 20.
That's why they call it Black Friday.
No, so they upcharge the tattoo and then be like, man, I'll give you like $30 off.
You're like,
But they
"Ooh,
already
black."
upcharge it like $50, and it's just like, man, it sounds good, but you know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll do a comedy set for 100, but for you, I'm gonna have to upcharge because Walmart is hitting me with these crazy prices, man.
I don't know how they do it, dude. I've never got in line for those things. Can you imagine, like, you get off of work at like 9 o'clock at night, and then you go stand in line at a company like electronic store of some kind.
That's the key. Those guys don't work.
Yeah, they don't work,
So
and
they're,
they
like,
somehow
chilling
can
at
afford
home and
$1,000 TVs
Playing
and
video
Actually,
games and-
a lot of people who do that are saving up for this day, and they're right now is like battle time. They're putting on
So
their
they're-
like
okay.
battle. They're getting fed. You know what I'm saying? Getting battle ready. They're like have maybe a couple thousand to spend on them. You know, going to Walmart or wherever that's open all tonight. The workers, so all these places are like, oh my goodness. Everybody's like, I work tonight. Everybody who's working retail is probably like, I work tonight. I work Black Friday. And
To me, it's just another day, honestly.
yeah, but one day I'm going to do it. The
I mean,
moral of the
'cause
story is
it's
one
nice
day I'm
to
going
be
to do
able
it.
to
It's
just
kind of
go.
frustrating. It's a day that you can't get anything done though because everything's closed except for the stores. So
Yeah.
you go to, like I need to go to Modesto to do like a deed thing at the courthouse, and they're not going to be open. It's Black Friday. They're going to be shopping or something.
Or preparing for it. Everybody's mentality is like ready, set, go. Yeah, let's hurry up and eat this food. We got to get our fuel up because we're gone for the day, running
And it's like Black Thursday
and
now.
lifting and carrying. I hope a lot of people got their strength intact. I'm just saying. Trying
That's why I be-
to reach and
elbow-
bend
Get
and
that
lift at the same
protein
time,
bar.
and they're not
People-
even prepared for
People
it.
get stampeded.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what I
they
said.
get
I-
ran over too.
They get. So that's what I was saying earlier. I
Fights.
hope they get careful.
Every
you know, they're
fight,
careful.
I've seen it
all
all,
that.
dude.
Like I want to be a part of that next year. See if I survive.
You have
Go
a chance
for it.
tomorrow. Still.
Like give me that.
Yeah,
Give me that.
right.
Well,
Why
it
not
starts
this
tonight,
year?
though. It starts
Huh?
at like
Why not this
today
year?
sometime. I
The
don't
way
know.
my budget's set up this year, it's not.
Doesn't allow you the time
You
to
still have
stand
time to
out
go
there for
sell your
5
car?
hours.
Right, I'm gonna be shopping for like regular cheap stuff already. Like, oh, toothpaste. Oh, sweet. Like, like I'll be in there like, oh, milk's on sale. Like milk's on sale. While everybody's grabbing TV, I'm just
I get
grabbing
two for $1.
hot fries.
Celery. Oh, sweet.
Hot fries. Like pizza. What?
Pizza. Hot Pockets.
Yeah,
Just
just
$5 7-Eleven
White
pizza, you
Castle
had that?
sliders.
Ew.
just huh?
Oh,
$5 7-Eleven
they're
pizza.
kind of good
Bro.
in
Is
a
it
weird
not?
way.
It's actually pretty
Oh.
good.
Okay.
for
Is it good,
$5.
Ryan?
Their White Castle sliders are good.
Yeah. They got some decent
7-Eleven
stuff.
has White Castle sliders. What?
They got some decent little snack food
Who
for
have
pretty
they
cheap.
have that in the frozen section?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like right up
No,
there.
they have like make it in the gas station. Right?
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah, because White Castle is that kind of food. Ew.
What?
So
Your stomach.
It's not good for you, no, but it's kind of tasty. when
it's
you're
like
hungry.
an East Coast thing.
It is. It is.
What's
And-
called,
along with the
Once in a
Wawas.
while.
No, the
Wawa.
Wawas is the
No,
same kind of
never
thing.
heard
It's a
of it.
Wawa.
A Wawa is like a gas station. It's kind of like our Love, like
Oh, it's like a
truck-
Pilot J type. Pilot
I wanna
J,
say
Flying
like-
J.
And so like they
I'm from
cook
the East
food there.
Coast,
They have
too.
like a deli
In the
in there. They
Midwest.
cook, and
In
so
the
like
West Coast.
Wawa's is like a big
been on
thing
the East
out
Coast.
there.
Okay.
But,
Not a lot.
shout outs to a few cats that have
Oh,
that.
whatever. I don't know. I just always thought since I
Meow.
watched the
Shout
Harold
out
and
to the
Kumar go to
cats.
White Castle, those
Yeah.
things are delicious.
Yeah.
I went and had that one time, and the only time I had that, actually, I was getting picked up because I was getting to my new unit. I think it was in New Jersey. And I got picked up. I was like one of the last ones to come in because I was coming all the way from California. My unit was out in North Carolina. So North Carolina cats already got up there. Most of them drove. Some of them flew. But then we had some other people come from like Texas. And then I was like one of the few coming from California. So I was one of the last ones. So it was super late. It was like maybe 3 in the morning. The sergeants that had come out to get me, and they were like hungry. They were like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hungry." So there was really nothing open except a White Castle.
Yeah, White Castle is like a 24/7.
It was so gross. I
Was
could
it?
not eat it.
No? What'd you
I
get?
could not.
What'd you eat?
it.
Like a soda?
No,
Ice?
It was like covered in these really gross onions. Like
Yeah,
it
you
just-
gotta get no
it
onions. I get no
stinks,
onions.
and it,
I'm not
it
onion
just
fan.
it
Oh,
was
okay.
just-
Even with like McDoubles
and like the
stuff.
meat patty was like
no onion.
Small.
no, it was like
Just like something you put in a microwave.
something like you would put together, and it's just
Okay.
like
It just looked nasty. All right.
No, it's a very
It's this thing they do down there.
and it
though.
was
it's
very
a Italian
thin.
like
Very-
I don't know you.
I think it's something you eat when you're under the
when you have nothing,
The
no
bottles.
other option. Like
when you're on the bottle. You're like,
What's
I'm
called,
gonna
but
eat some of the White
It,
Castle.
it makes your stomach like. There's this one
That's
comedian
what you eat when you need to
in
go.
St.
That's
Louis
what you eat.
Exactly.
who had a joke. He was like, I was going to the drive-thru. He was like, I started to open my straw, and then my stomach just. He was like, whoa, this is. He was like, what is going on? Because it's White Castle. Like everybody knows that. Like you eat one burger or something.
yeah, and you're like, duh, it's like Taco Bell, or
Yeah.
some people complain about Taco
That's good.
Bell.
It clears you out. That's awesome.
That's funny, but yeah.
I had Whataburger recently. You guys ever had Whataburger?
Yes.
Oh, I
yes.
did.
You
In-
could put
in
eggs and
Texas.
steak and everything on there,
I
huh?
recently had that.
You
Yeah,
could
it was
decorate it. What'd you put on yours?
Where is that
There was, like,
at?
mushrooms and
Texas,
something like
I know
that
for
on
sure.
the
Oh
cheese.
man.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I flew in really late into Dallas and was heading to the airport, and the shuttle was going through, and he's like talking about Whataburger, and I was like, what? I haven't had Whataburger in like 15 years, you know? Like,
Yeah.
where is this place? And so he dropped me off at the Whataburger. and
I
went,
can
like,
do
made another
Whataburger,
shuttle run
yeah.
and come back and pick me up to go back to the
What?
hotel.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
a good
You
place.
could decorate
He's like, I got
however
you.
you
You
want.
need this in your life.
Yeah.
Understood.
He was like, hold on, bus.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna wait for this.
You get a lot
Everybody.
of food for the price.
We're making
And
one
it's
stop.
good.
It's still kind of pricey, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It was good.
Where can I find one?
In Texas.
In Texas.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
There's this one
Yeah.
thing like that was like in the Ice Cube music videos. What is it called? This Big Burger or it's old school. It's like old school burger joint and I don't know. Maybe
There's
you
plenty of
older
burger
folks
places out
may
here,
know.
dude. There's-
You older folks may know Whataburger, some burger.
That's what he just.
Big Burger, Bob's
Bob's
Burger.
Bob's Burgers in Stockton here, right? Isn't it? Over off of. No?
I think that's a TV show.
It is, but there
I
may
think
be a
I've heard
Bob's.
others say it.
There may be a
It
Bob's.
sounds like there could be a Bob's Burger in every town. That's
should
that,
be.
that mom and pop shop, burger shop that the dad
Fat-
always
was
wanted to
it
have
Fat
a burger.
Burger?
Just grills.
Fat Burger.
Fat Burger, yeah.
Flips.
Fat
Fat
Burger.
Burger.
Fat Burger's a good one.
Kind
Oh,
of like a
chain.
Whataburger
Yeah,
type.
Okay.
is it like West Coast thing?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know.
LA.
what they're
Well,
based
let me
on,
Google.
but I saw
Yeah,
him- I saw
yeah,
him in
look it
Google
up.
Colorado.
Fat Burger.
Yeah, I saw him in Colorado.
Well, while we're Googling that, I'm just going to go ahead and give traffic here for everyone in Stockton area. Luckily today, the highway seemed pretty decent. Everything is clear except for the cross on, what is it, the 4? Yeah, the crosstown 4. Everything's looking good. Downtown Stockton, there's a lot of stop and go next to Weber Point. The center, the theater, all that, Stockton Arena, there's a lot of stop and go, DMV. All of that area right now is it's not moving. So on Fremont Street and Weber Avenue is not moving. I don't know what's going on, some sort of construction, maybe some sort of accident. Maybe I could click on it and see what's going on for you. No, it's just not moving. I'm sorry. And then going up South Lincoln Street, you're going to hit some traffic. Other than that, it's it's pretty clear in town today. Let's see, going up north of Sacramento. If you're heading up north of Sacramento, the highway seems clear. Heading south is good. And once you reach Discovery Bay or that's where it shuts down for the Bay Area people. Or once you reach Livermore as well, you're going to hit some traffic. So I hope everybody getting to work is getting there safely and wearing your seatbelt. That was Marcelis with the traffic. I'm also going to run it over to the weather as well while you guys are doing that research. How's it coming along, Renee?
It's going good. It is Fat Burger, the last great hamburger stand.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that is a chain.
I just know about Fat Burger because of Ice Cube's raps.
Okay, hey, there you go.
Stop
Made it
at the
famous
Fat Burger.
for you. That's pretty.
No, because
that's
when I
pretty cool,
when I seen it is because
Yeah.
he's putting on for LA and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I seen
Oh, okay, yeah.
I seen
I can pick I see the picture.
man,
I,
this is
like,
all-
I see
it's
the picture in
crazy.
my
You're so
mind.
funny.
I
Her
didn't see the picture. I was
moments are
reading the
so
blurb, but
out
I
loud.
didn't.
Like, aha!
But I see the picture in my mind. Yes. Okay.
Like you can just see the light bulb.
Right. Oh,
turkeys.
Oh.
That's why it's positive.
It's like on
positive.
Aladdin.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hello, doctor.
I haven't seen
The
Aladdin
monkey
in
is not the
so
doctor. She
long.
thinks the monkey's the doctor. Or the Sultan.
Yeah.
So I heard it in the what is that? It's gonna be a good day by Ice Cube. That song, like
Oh yeah.
that's when he mentions it, and it's like Fat Burger, and then it's in the movie,
Fat Burger.
not the movie Friday, but it's in the movie one of the movies with Ice Cube in it, where he's playing the it's a famous movie, Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so Fat Burger is something I want to test out because it seems like it's keeping Ice Cube a belly, So.
They're pretty good.
Stopped at the Fat Burger. So tonight it's gonna Thanksgiving Day. Let's talk about the day first. It's patchy with fog, then partly sunny, and it's a high of 71 degrees Fahrenheit today. And then rolling in tonight, it's gonna be mostly cloudy at a low of 54, and that's the day. Tomorrow's gonna be partly sunny at a high of 70, and Friday night is going to be partly cloudy at 52 degrees Fahrenheit. For you guys having plans, make sure you have a hoodie at night. It's around that time. I don't want anybody getting sick because it's that time, unfortunately, when everybody's having to sniffle at the little kids. I'm like, get away from me because there's snot and nose.
People around my
Or a
work
beanie.
are sick.
For people that don't have hair, you might need a beanie.
Oh,
Yes, two, Alex. I'm playing.
Yeah, we're 3.
At least you got the beard.
The scarves.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
scarves.
Keeps the face warm.
Yeah. Get
Then the head
face-
just steams.
I've seen that before.
Oh my goodness, me too. Like after workouts, if people
Yeah.
people
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
are
Running or
super worked out come like
yeah, like
in
after a
cold
run,
weather,
like after you've
you
like
can
run.
kind of see the.
Yeah.
Right. I'm definitely like
happens
that.
to everyone.
If I'm working out,
Have you
I'm
seen
like,
it?
I'm like
Even-
sweating. No,
yeah.
that's me. I see it in the mirror.
No, but steam. Have you ever seen steam?
Like, just-
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's a trip, huh?
I've had frost on,
Like,
on my
Oh.
stuff and
oh, that's really interesting.
and
Frost
if
on
it's
your beard.
below freezing out,
I
you're
can
breathing,
imagine.
you're like
Oh, interesting.
breath will freeze
Do you want to have a beard?
No, I'm just trying to feel like how you guys. He's
Why
like,
don't you tie
he's
your
like,
hair
I'm-
up like this and then like
and like cover my face and see how it feels. Yeah, that's really
you see how
interesting
your
to have frost
it
built up
feels.
on facial hair, but
So that was weather and traffic for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out that. Did we get the Fat Burger? It's a chain.
It's a
Not
chain.
All that. Great.
But there's a bunch of burger places here in the city.
Yeah, but man.
Ever had Flips?
Yeah, it's okay to me.
Oh, okay.
It is. I
No,
don't
there's a
know
lot.
why.
I'm just kidding. There's
I don't know
there's
why
the
Flips
squeeze,
isn't all
the
that to me.
squeeze,
I had the tuna. I
the
had the fish
cheese and
sandwich.
squeeze. There's one right next to Lincoln Center called the Squeeze Burger. It's got a cheese and it sticks out of the burger.
It used to be like the 856 or something like that.
It's huge, yeah.
The squeeze burgers. pretty
Oh
good.
my lord, it's so big. This burger is this big, and the
How
cheese
much?
is outside of it.
How much?
I don't know, $100,000 for the burger. I have no idea.
See, give me
Five Guys.
give me a
Five Guys up
Five
great
Guys is
quote.
up the street. We got
I
the
love Five Guys.
Habit Burger. Of course, you're In and Out.
Never been there. In and out, bomb. What I
It's
do
very-
is I get the
very-
double, and
yeah.
then I'd be like animal salad with fries, and then boom. bomb.
They're very simple though. Their menu's simple. That's what I love.
Yeah.
Habit has everything. They can have veggie burger,
I've
fish
not yet
burger,
been to
every
Habit.
burger, cheeseburger.
So it's kind of
The
like
shakes are really
not a
good.
Dave
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Buster's. What's the?
I haven't been either.
What's
Dave and Buster's
the, what's
sounds
the
good.
one that has like ostrich? Because I don't really.
That
go,
is
I don't
Habit.
Really,
Habit has like
I don't really go to burger joints too much.
bison. They have bison.
Right,
in
they
it.
have bison, and so there, but there's another chain.
Oh,
that does
it's called
that,
Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers. Thank
They
you.
have a bison and a thingy and another
Yes,
thingy.
an
and a-
ostrich, and they
Yeah.
have different meats.
That's a
Is that-
very
that's
hard
in
word to
Elk
say
Grove,
without
or-
laughing.
Ostrich?
Bison.
Is that
No,
here?
Fuddruckers.
Oh,
You have
Fuddruckers.
to say it very
Fuddruckers.
carefully. You
Fuddruckers, yeah.
have to say it carefully.
Right, I know. I think that's what's so funny about
Yeah.
the name.
They have frog legs.
They probably have those things
Oh.
that people eat. I don't know what they're called, but they're small.
Frog legs.
Chitlins
No,
or something?
chitlins? They have that too.
Skittles.
Probably, I think so.
Okay.
M&M's.
Fuddruckers has
Oh,
everything.
I've had frog legs. You had frog legs before?
I think so.
Ostrich.
Once in my life. Pretty
It
good.
tastes kind of like chicken and fish combined.
Yeah.
What is
in my
that?
opinion. Frog legs?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
tried it
those-
for the first time in Missouri
Yeah.
when I was out there. So they had it on the menu and they have it over there. And I remember my dad telling me that when he was younger, they used to eat them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, I wonder what that. Right. That's my face exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? We don't eat frog legs. That's really interesting. So it made me think. I would like to try that because I mean, if it was like sustainable, like sustainment. Back then, why not still try? But obviously, some people still do. Just like in Florida, they have gator, which I remember having gator when I was younger because I was in Texas. But I don't really remember eating it. But I know that I remember eating it. It's kind of strange, like the texture. Remember the flavor of it, But I remember
chewy or-
eating it. I don't remember what it tastes like.
I
Maybe.
think it'd be chewy
But-
because of the muscles and stuff.
But with frog legs, I was very interested because people say it tastes like chicken, and I was like, let's just really see how can a frog taste like chicken. So it was interesting, and
it
then they
taste like
have an
chicken?
interesting sauce that goes with it, but. No, it doesn't really taste like chicken. It's frog legs. Chicken tastes like chicken, frog legs taste like frog legs. Just like duck tastes like duck. To me, it doesn't really. They don't taste the same.
Similarities.
I think it's all mental, though. The way you
No.
interpret. No, you can see it and be like, oh, it's a frog leg, man.
No,
But if
they
you're like,
actually
imagine
have-
it.
No.
Oh, it's chicken. Okay.
No, because I think that if
kinda fishy,
somebody
though.
really had like
water.
a fine tune to say I really like frog legs are my favorite. If you were to like blindfold them and give them a piece of chicken, give them a frog leg, and give them a piece of duck, they will tell you which one is the frog leg
Okay,
because
so is
they
that
all have
distinct?
their own flavors.
They have that. Okay.
Well,
Well,
it's
some
just
really
like-
stand out. Some things don't,
Well, for the person that it is. So for
Right.
me particularly, that's how I describe it. So I can't really.
Like I had shark once, and it was so good.
so good.
It was like
Yeah.
eating the best fish in the world.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Take a sturgeon that's
Yeah.
really good. That's what shark tastes
See, but
like.
you can't really like.
But I couldn't tell.
'Cause-
I was like, oh, this is great. I can eat
Oh,
shark
man.
all day long. I'm gonna turn into a shark. Yeah.
yeah, so
Sharks
it's,
are
It's
good.
it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
They're
though.
really like a little bit tougher than actual fish.
Yeah.
You know what's else is good? Salmon. I love
I
salmon.
Salmon's-
love
yeah,
salmon.
salmon's pretty-
so good.
Yeah, let's read some lime on it. Marinate.
Don't go there. Tartar sauce.
Oh man, I'm
Well,
a fish.
But the one thing I don't like
Soy
about filleted
sauce.
fishes is they're not filleted completely.
It's
A
gotta be-
fish is never filleted
raw.
unless you
I
go to
use
a
soy sauce,
high
I
end.
don't.
You go to a high end restaurant where they fillet them really well. You have to fillet it yourself. Like you're picking out little. It's like, dude, it's
Picking out
wasteful.
the bones.
Yeah, I hate that.
Well,
Yeah.
that depends.
Pain in the butt.
I don't even order
it depends
fish like
on where you
that.
get the fish from. I would think. Some
You eat the fish the way it is?
Some places debone
No,
them.
I
You fillet
like
it.
It should, yeah.
Yeah, some places debone them. So.
like you
Yeah, but
know you
Unless you're
people
catching it fresh, I'm sorry.
Pre-hand, cut the fish up and have little fish slabs in it. That's how I eat fish or fried catfish.
Yeah, that's the one thing that can make a frog leg taste like chicken is the way that they
Catfish.
fry it or
Right,
something. Because then
yeah.
that's what this, deep fried.
There's a place on West Lane in March. It's a waffles and chicken place, and it's so good.
I've never
It's so
been there.
good. You get 2 waffles drenched in syrup and 2 chicken breasts that are fried on top of it, and you just ha. It's so much fun. It's so good. And then you go to
Where's
sleep.
that? It's on March?
March in West Lane. It's a small little thing. I don't know what they call it. Chicken and waffles or something like that. American waffle.
But they serve chicken and waffles.
Dude. Oh my god.
March and West Lane. That's where the Shells
good.
is.
heaven about it.
That's where the Shells gas station is. So it's like on the side with a Rite Aid. Or,
Yeah, it's right on it's a big business. There's like a little smoke shop there too, and like a little other
That's
shop,
on
and
that
there's
side.
a Rayleigh's, I believe, or some kind of like super center.
Is there a Walgreens?
Yeah, something like a
cool.
grocery center. over
And
there.
what is it? The wing stop.
If you're cruising down
right
March,
there.
it'll be on the right next to
Down the
West,
street and-
but right after you pass the intersection. So right there on the right.
Oh, next to the oil change spots.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Man.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I'm
on
gonna
not
check that out.
Hammer. That's Hammer. You're thinking Hammer, but it's on March.
Thank you. I love the idea. I love the idea.
Oh,
I
it's
went
so
to
good.
Oakland and had chicken.
It's like, and you just nod into it. Grease is dripping onto the waffles. Like, oh, I don't care. Heart attack. It's okay. Oh.
Well, it's reaching that 9 o'clock hour.
Oh.
9 to 10.
Yeah, we gotta
usually
talk
our
about
hour
him.
for our guests.
Oh, man, I
so
love
we're about to
food.
just get into questions and hopefully you have the answers for us. But first, can you just tell us a little bit of what you're doing here today, what you're here to promote, and what you do?
Yep, definitely. So,
Posting a link to your page right now.
okay, so posting a link to my page, awesome. So if you want to see my page, you can look on the Voice of Stockton Facebook page. Is that what you're posting it on? Facebook page?
I'm posting it on your
Oh, on my
Alex
page.
Appleby.
Oh, it's on my page. So
Yes.
it's
Can I read this off?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read this off.
Alright.
But
I'm gonna blush while you're doing it.
okay.
What is
Alex Appleby, holistic planner, millennial entrepreneur, Libertarian Chairman. He is the executive committee at Libertarian Party of California, the San Joaquin County Chair Pro Tem at Libertarian.
It's actually
Pro team.
the chairman now. I'm not pro tem anymore because we're official. So
Oh, okay, so
pretty cool. I need to update that.
nice.
So thanks for
Company
pointing
owner at ZYX Zix
Zeke's Wealth. Yep.
Zeke's Wealth. Former congressional candidate at House of Representatives.
Yep.
Okay. And let's see. Was there a district or something which one was
It was
it?
the 9th district. It was
Ninth.
here, Stockton, out to Contra Costa, and up to Galt.
9th
area.
district. Yes. Okay. Former training and evaluations NCO at the United States Army.
Yep.
So you're also, well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Studied at UOP. Oh.
Still studying there, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's an
Well,
ongoing process.
I was a student there about 10 years ago.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so nice.
Awesome. I've been in college for
Ever.
about 15 years. So.
But we're always students.
Yeah.
You know, even it's nice to go back and take a class once in a while too. So that's nice. Or for like other things like beyond things.
And I just took the slow route to the 4-year degree. I thought they said 14 years. I guess I heard them wrong. I don't know.
You added that extra one
Yeah.
on that front
Actually,
end.
last year was 25 years. It was a quarter of a century in schooling for me. I was like,
Nice.
man, but from kindergarten up. It's like, man, that's pretty good.
Have you not took any breaks from school?
Yeah, here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of it's been part-time. And
Mm-hmm.
so a couple of years after high school, I didn't. And then when I was in the Army, I started going part-time. And a couple of years ago, I took a year off to go to ministry school, and I finished that. And then I went back, back to college again. So.
Which hits probably the next one. Studied church and business at Kingdom Culture School of Transformation.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was
How long did you do that for?
It was a year.
Nice.
Yeah, 1 year
And
program.
studied marketing.
Or 10 months. 10 months.
10 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you did marketing over at UOP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, marketing, and I'm
I was-
also getting a second concentration in entrepreneurship.
Nice. I was in the communication with an emphasis on public relations.
Nice.
Yes.
That's just why you're in radio.
Yes. You studied business and marketing at University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. Okay, so marketing, general studies, Pikes Peak, went to Kalahai.
That's where I ended up at the end. Yes. I went
Kalahai.
to UCM and finished at Cal.
Hey! Kalahai is like Cali High. I'm just like it just.
Is it Kala or
It's
Kala?
Kala.
Kala.
It's CALLA.
Yeah.
Kala,
Oh,
but
Kala.
it's like Cali.
Kala.
So,
Kala.
Where's
some-
Kala?
In Manteca.
In Manteca.
Yeah, it's for the kids that get in trouble.
So, and you also went to East Union High.
Yeah.
Lives in Manteca. From Gilroy, pronounced name. That's funny. You guys can go on and find that out how it's pronounced. It's kind of cute and funny. But and he's got his picture, so you can get all of that on your Facebook page. Right?
Yeah. So that's
Nice.
actually on just my page, which I think is just
Alex Appleby.
yeah, Alex Appleby at the end. So if you go to Facebook/Alex Appleby.
So you guys
if
hear
you-
that? Facebook/Alex Appleby.
If you want to see libertarian stuff specifically, you can go to Vote for Alex Appleby. So it's facebook.com/vote for Alex Appleby. And that'll be my libertarian page, which is where I try to segregate my posts a little bit. I don't want to overwhelm all of my friends with political stuff because most people don't really want to hear it. And I know that's kind of why I got involved in politics, was I didn't really care for it. So sometimes I don't want to hear it either.
Makes sense.
So you had to make a page just for that.
Makes
So when it
sense.
comes out, it's like, you follow this page. You know what this is about. Like, you guys know what this is about. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
And if you want to follow my business page, you can go to facebook.com/ZYXwealth and
ZYX, well, yes.
follow it there.
So what's your business?
I'm a financial advisor and planner, so I do business planning, financial planning,
Oh, cool.
retirement accounts, investing,
All right.
stuff like that.
And for those that don't know what a libertarian is, can you give us a brief, or is there no brief?
Sure, yeah, no, there's definitely a brief. I would say, for me, I grew up, I never knew what a libertarian was, like, growing up. I knew about it probably about 4 years ago, I think was the first time I heard the word libertarian.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought I was a, like, liberal conservative or a conservative liberal. I wasn't really sure which one, but I knew I was somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
That I agreed with some of the things the conservatives said and some of the things that the liberals said, but it wasn't like a one size fits all kind of thing ever.
Okay.
And so it's basically more of being conservative with money, fiscally conservative, being wise with money. Like if we're going to be taxed, which I would prefer that to be voluntary, but if we're going to be taxed, then we should do wise things with it, right? And then on the liberal side would be more of the social aspects. So stay out of my bedroom. If I'm not hurting anybody else, don't worry about what I'm doing or who I'm calling my spouse or, what I'm consuming, whether it be alcohol or marijuana or whatever, like that people want to do for recreation, medical purposes, all that stuff. So if they're not hurting other people, don't
Rock the
don't
boat.
bother them. Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
rock the boat, baby.
Yeah, so fiscally conservative and socially liberal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like a good happy medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of libertarian or things about the libertarians, it does. You meet some pretty balanced people.
Yeah. That's pretty
Some
cool.
unbalanced people too. Don't get me wrong, but definitely.
That's cool. All right.
I think there's, if you look at the numbers, at least here in District 9 or where I ran the last time for office, it was like 40% or it might even been 30% Democrats, and then it was like 20% Republicans, but then like 40% of people were like non-registered, like non-affiliated or no party preference.
No party, preference.
And
That would
so-
have been me.
And I think a
that
lot of those
category.
people are probably libertarian, in at least in philosophy or in some ways. But a lot of people don't know about the Libertarian Party, just like I didn't a few years ago. It's been around since 1971, so it's not a new party, but it definitely is a smaller party. And a lot of people think it's a two-party system or that there's only two options, and it's really not. I studied this extensively once I got involved in politics or whatever, and it's just a it's called Duverger's law, actually. And
Okay.
Duverger's law says that if you're going to have one winner, basically, and like how California has 55 votes, and all of our 55 votes go to one winner. So it's called a single member district system is what that's called, right? And so all
District
of those votes,
1, District 2,
so all
Hunger
these-
Games.
right, exactly. Well, we're District 9.
Right.
Right?
Oh, gosh.
It is kind
Of all the districts.
Yeah, Hunger
Interesting.
Games definitely has a lot of political, like.
It's crazy
Yes,
because
yes.
District 9 was
Yes.
like Hunger Games, and it was his own movie too.
Yeah, exactly. So District 9
Very
is just like
Yeah,
where it's
extreme,
at,
yeah.
where it's at, yeah. But yeah, if you look at that, I think most people lean libertarian. They just don't know that it's really a viable option, or think that because of this Duverger's law that there's only one. You have to vote for one of the two. And really, a better system would be what's called a proportional representation voting. So if we have 55 votes as a state, why don't those 55 votes get split up proportionately? Like if we have 40% Democrats and 20% Republicans and 30% Libertarians, like why don't they just get that many of the 55?
So how would they go into the House? That means the House kind of needs to change a little bit more then, because when they're looking at it, they're looking at the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Okay, well, now that you have all these other parties that are joining the voting process and bringing in new voices, I think that's where it needs to change then, because it's starting to happen. I guess you could say at the lower levels, local
absolutely.
levels, state levels, but now coming to a national level, when you have the multiple and multifaceted thought processes and philosophies going into making choices for the nation, and changing laws. How are the libertarians pushing on that front,
Think
nationwide?
about if you had two groups of people, regardless of size, especially if they're disproportionate in size, that makes it worse.
Are they
right?
making a change in Congress though? Like, is it more than just Democrats and Republicans the way that they give it to us on the news?
It is. I think there's 3 libertarians in Congress right now. It might be 2. And they had switched from whatever party they were to libertarian, so they actually hadn't got elected as libertarians yet. So we're still waiting for somebody to get elected as a libertarian.
Is that what it takes for it to start moving down the congressional line?
No, I mean, that's part of it. I think changing the way that the voting is done it needs to be done.
Because that's
not
where it
not
would
that we need to
divide.
get rid of electoral voting or anything. Electoral voting is actually really important, but we need to have a proportional system, not a winner takes all system.
And that's what electoral voting is, a winner takes all.
No, electoral voting is kind of like having a middleman. So it's like we all vote for the voters. For the
somebody who does
I
has our voice.
understand how the electoral college votes work, but I guess what I'm curious is it only Republican and Democrat? Is there there's a
that's
third
my
party.
thought.
There's a
I
third.
was an electorate at the last election.
Or
So if the Libertarian Party would have won California. Okay, you guys can laugh now.
No. Because
but-
it's a possibility. Maybe
yeah.
one day they will.
Yeah, and seriously,
That's
like I
your
said, I think
guys'
more
goal,
people are
right?
libertarian than they
Right.
are Democrat
Yeah.
Republican.
Right.
They just don't
Know
know
about
they
it.
can
Right,
claim it.
and so the
know?
more people start to understand what this is, what Libertarian Party represents, and it's that middle ground, not rocking the boat type philosophy, where it's like, well, let's see where we can work together. No, it makes
But
sense because
had
people
the
need
Libertarian
change, and
Party
people would
won,
like to.
won this last time. Like I would have went up to Sacramento in December of last year and voted for the president, and I would have voted for Gary Johnson because
Right.
he was the Libertarian candidate, right?
Right. Okay.
And I wouldn't have necessarily had to vote for Gary Johnson, but usually when a party picks the delegates, which every party, so the Democratic Party picked whoever the delegates were to vote, and it's not all the Congress people that are doing it. So the slots that they have, the 55 slots, is counted by how many Congress, House representatives and the 2 senators that we have. But the delegates aren't necessarily those people. It's just whoever the parties, the Republican and Democratic and Libertarian, whoever they choose. And usually it's top donors. It is elected officials and stuff like that. So you'll see the congressmen being the electors, but you'll also see bigger donors. You'll see maybe the chair of the Democratic Party for California, was probably one of the people, and so it's a who knows who kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's
so
usually voted on by
with
the board,
that
so it's
comes
political.
more politics
More
within politics.
Politics of politics. Yeah.
Yes.
Man, sounds
It's crazy.
exciting.
It's crazy.
Sounds
So-
exciting.
But instead, why not have where we can each pick we pick our top whoever, maybe our top 55 each, but then if the Libertarians get 10% of the vote, then we get 5.5. Well, you can't do half, so we get 5. We get 5 electoral votes. So our top 5 on our list, whoever those happen to be, would then be part of that voting process.
Okay,
So it's
quick question. So we have Democrats, we have Republicans, and then we have, what are the other ones? There's Libertarians. How many other?
Like a green.
in
party?
California, I believe there's 6 or 7. So there's the Libertarians,
Okay.
there's the Green, there's the American Independent Party.
Okay.
And that one is actually, the American Independent Party is the biggest third party, but it's because most people think they're just checking independent.
Right. Because I was gonna say that's that independent,
Because if
where they
you were
think
to
they're
look-
independent,
Right.
but they are part of
Yeah.
the party.
But look at the background of the American Independent Party and how it was started and why it was started, and there's like a whole background in racism and stuff in this party. It's really scary,
So you gotta
but-
do your research.
But most people just don't
Yeah.
know what it is, so they're just checking the block and thinking, "Oh, that's independent."
It's
and-
good
and-
network marketing.
Yeah, and independent. What
should
they
be the
really, what they
independent
really want to do is say
libertarian-
no
okay.
party preference or NPP or whatever. Is
Yeah.
right, or no
independent.
party preference.
So we have Democrat, Republican,
There's
Green,
American
Independent.
Constitutionalist,
That's 5.
and I believe California. I don't know if they're still active this year, but last year they had it was like the American Veterans Party or something like that.
Did I remember
That would have
reading
been
that
6.
Yeah.
There was quite a few. I
Yeah.
saw new ones on the voting ballot
And I think
too, and I was like,
there's
oh,
also the
that's an interesting
Transhumanist Party last year, which was a new party that is not a party anymore.
Okay.
But the Transhumanist Party,
It was very
the
interesting.
presidential candidate, is actually going to be one of our guest speakers on the event coming up on December 9th.
That's right.
So Zoltan Istvan
Yes.
was the transhumanist presidential candidate for 2016. And it sounds crazy, like transhumanist, what in the world is that
Right.
stuff? And
It does.
it's
What
really
is it?
not. It's basically saying that he believes that technology and science are coming
He's going beyond
together
into the spiritual
with
realm
people,
with
and,
it.
and that
I
we're
would
going to be
say.
advancing our like humanism, right? We're advancing ourselves through technology and through science, and we're getting better and better, and we're improving the lengths of people's lives, and which is all true.
Transcending
Yeah, it's
humanism.
not even like future. It's
Yeah.
I mean, do you know anybody with a pacemaker?
It's
Like,
just
we've been doing it for
transcending
years.
the human, aspect and just what it is originally. So beyond,
Right.
and,
a humanist,
and in conjonction with.
a humanist just
right.
means that you think that the human race is advancing, not or is progressing, not degressing.
Right. Oh, nice.
Right. So things
So
are not getting
transhumanist.
worse. The sky is not falling.
Right.
Right. Things are actually getting better.
Half
This is better
full.
than it's ever been in the history of the world. Better times, like, we have lower poverty than ever. We have, more literacy in the world than ever. I mean, look, world
Yes.
statistics, world,
Right,
and
right.
even in the U.S. too, it's fairly good, but in the whole world, it's so good that people just don't even realize.
Nice.
They just focus on their own little lives, and they're stuck in traffic, and that's all they're frustrated about is that traffic going on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're not thinking
So-
beyond that.
Right.
So another quick question. Actually, I have a ton. Not even another quick one. Look, how easy is it to start your own?
Political party.
Yes. How did that come about? The start, or if I were to want to start one, hey guys, I believe that this country circles around the NFL. Like what do I need to do
You make a lot
to
of people
become
in that one right
official?
there.
To become official and have what is the
Paperwork?
process through that? I'm wondering how
fees?
easy it is to do something like this. And
As a party itself, I mean, it's paperwork and fees. You're probably looking at a few $1,000s, and you're looking
not
at
bad.
paperwork. Yeah, it's
to
not.
start your own, and then you're on the ballot now. You'll be on the state ballot.
You have to do that in every state. So every state has its own election. Like if you're looking at like a federal election, like the president, every state is its own, entity.
Governing
Yeah.
entity.
So
yes.
you have to get on. Like so, the Libertarian Party is actually the only party that's on the ballot in every state.
Oh,
In all 50
nice.
states,
Wow.
Yeah. So the Green Party was on, I think, at last election in like 38 states, which technically was enough where Jill Stein could have won the presidency. Technically, had she gotten enough, but I think you have to be on at least all 50 states before people are going to really take you seriously, And so, and the Libertarian Party has been for the last couple elections. We've been on all 50 ballots and really
Not even green.
coming strong.
Green has been.
No,
So
it's
so it's
38.
been
So it's
Democrat,
strong.
and Libertarian.
Republican, and Libertarian.
Yeah, like the last election with Gary Johnson and Bill Weld, they were every single state they were on the ballot, and they had a huge thing against the federal commission of like the debates,
Oh,
because if you notice there was only 2 stands on the debates, right?
interesting.
But Gary Johnson, should have, I think, in all fairness, should have been up there, but they just had arbitrary numbers that were designed by the Republican and Democratic parties who run the debates, so it's like a conflict of interest, and they actually got sued, and the court found that they can't do that, but
They did
it's
it.
not really. It's too late, They
Yeah.
can't do anything now. In the future, like we're still fighting to get on there. So, hopefully, in this next election cycle, in 2020, we're going to see three podiums
Parties.
up there.
Yeah. Oh, that will be exciting.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I'd
man.
really like to
Hopefully-
see the
It's been
angle they
since,
come from.
I think it was 92 is the last one. Was it Gore and who's it? Pro is that third party guy, right? That he
Yeah,
Back in
third
92.
parties. I love third parties. They never. Wait, who was the last third party president?
Lincoln.
No way.
Was it one of them?
I could be wrong, but I think it was
JFK.
Lincoln. I think it was Lincoln.
Oh
because-
no, Nixon. Nixon.
Was he a Federalist or something
Watch
like
this.
that? Or there you go. You can look it up right on Google.
Last third party president.
Watch me be right. Oh man,
You're close, no?
not at all. The last third party candidate
Candidate.
when one or more states was George Wallace of the American Independent Party in
Ross
1968.
Perot.
President. I said Oh, hold on. while the most recent third-party candidate to win more than 5% of the vote was Ross Perot.
Ross Perot.
Ross
yeah.
Perot.
That was like 90.
Silency.
I remember
Who
him.
ran as
Oh,
an
BD. He was
independent
like,
senator.
And he dropped out like right before the election and then
Yes.
jumped back in,
I remember.
which really I
Hurt
think
him.
messed up the
Oh, yeah.
numbers there.
Because then you couldn't take him seriously. Like, are you doing this or are you not? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so
if you
After,
get
like,
elected,
because
you
after
quit?
after he came back, I was just like, why is he still there? Didn't he leave? Kind of thing.
right.
okay, so we got that answer.
Nice.
Sweet.
So there was no answer basically.
Yeah, there was no answer. Like, we don't know. Google.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
whatever.
far as I know, it was Lincoln, because Lincoln was like the I don't know if it was the Whig Party or they had the Whig Party
yes,
and
I
the
remember the
Democratic
Whig
Republicans.
Party.
The Democratic Republicans used to be one party, right? And then they split to the Democrats and Republicans, and I think they're one party again.
In form of
Yeah.
libertarian.
Sounds like it, the way that things are going. Because they're not making any change in either direction.
They both want
Politics.
big government. You know what I mean? It's a matter
Yeah.
of one of them wants to tax you to get there. One of them wants to spend to get there. But either way, they want to have big government. They want to have
Yes,
you
big
know, government
government.
controlling every aspect of our lives.
Well, let's just go with the one who wants to spend. What's that? Democrats? No, that's Republicans.
Republicans want to
Yeah,
spend.
and Democrats want to tax. Oh
Yeah.
man. Let me make a bunch of money before I start wanting to be a Republican.
That's it, man.
Like, let me just be that rich guy who, like, when I used to work at the Raiders facility, like, and it was coming, everybody was like, everybody who works at that facility is wealthy. You know what I'm saying? They're doing well. So they were just all talking like, oh, who you voting for? They're like, Trump? I'm not trying to get taxed, I'll go up another tax bracket. Like, it's funny how just because they make so much money, that's all they're worried about. Like, yeah, voting for Trump, for sure, just because of my paycheck. It's interesting, This,
Although the tax cuts aren't horrible that they came out with, they could be better.
I have an entire
so
list.
that makes it even worse. Like, it's not even a big deal, and it's just like
He's not even like really conservative, I don't think.
I don't know what he's doing. He's really not conservative with his tweets. He just lets those go. Pow, 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 pow. Like, dang.
Crazy, right?
How do you have the time?
Tweet this.
He's got a lot of time, I guess.
How do you have the time to just, man?
Other people writing his
He's like
speeches.
73 or something, isn't he? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, no. He's in good health. I know. I met somebody like 70-something the other day, and he was like up, moving, like
Yeah,
doing.
I
yeah.
know people in their 90s that were.
Yeah, and then you're just like,
Rocking.
what?
He probably has a lot of money
Blown.
for those joint medicines and all
Right,
that.
for the expensive.
Yeah, because, man, his elbow just moved, makes one call,
healthy
just
foods are not cheap, and he has the capacity to get them like out of the country too, because he has businesses in other countries where he can go and get those health products.
He could
that
get anything
other
he
people
wants.
can't get.
I'm sure Donald Trump could get anything.
I want to get back to you guys talking
would
about
like.
the presidents and the presidents and their parties and what they were. So I ended up Googling presidents and their parties. And so let's see the last one. Let's see, Donald Trump is a Republican. Okay, so it goes Republican going up from Donald Trump back.
Down.
Republican, Democrat, no back. Republican, Democrat, Republican. Okay, going all the way back to Ulysses S. Grant was the last Republican before it became a national union, who was Andrew Johnson. So Andrew Johnson was out of the party, National Union Party, in 1865 through 1869. And he had no vice president. And the other one, Chester Arthur, he was a Republican, had no vice president. But everybody else, so back in 1865, that was like 1865 to 1869 is when we had a president who was not Republican or Democrat. It was from a third party.
Well, Republican and Democrat didn't used to be the original parties.
Yes, they have.
Neither
It
did-
originally
George
George Washington was
wasn't a
he had no party. He was a Federalist.
He didn't believe in political parties.
George Washington, he's our
knew
first
that
president.
one.
I love
yeah,
that.
he's our
I
first
love
president. We
that.
didn't have everything together.
Well, he was a Federalist.
Sure.
He was for everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Where
had
did
no
that
party. He
happen?
was not part of a party.
Federalist.
He was the one. He was like then
Turned
the
into
one
Libertarians.
the one that succeeded him, John Adams, was also a
I
Federalist.
knew I was in the right. I'm playing.
And then it became Democrat Republican. So the first two presidents we ever had, George Washington and John Adams, were Federalists. Then Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, and John Quincy Adams were all Democratic / Republican.
Yeah, because that was the Democratic Republicans.
Democratic Republican, and then it broke down, and then Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren were Democrats, and then it became Whigs. We had 2 Whigs,
Right.
Democrat, another couple of Whigs.
Who was the last Whig? Was that Lincoln?
Was Fillmore. The last Whig was Fillmore. Then it went Democrats, Republicans, and then a National Union. Andrew Johnson was like the very last one back in the 1860s. And then everybody else has either been Republican or Democrat.
What was Lincoln? What was the show on him? What he was?
Abraham Lincoln.
He was-
Abraham
The
Lincoln.
16th was Republican.
But I think
R-word.
he was the last third party because that was before Republican was a.
Yes, because
he was-
but right after him
He was the
was
last
That was
president to
maybe
do
the
something
right
like
after him was Andrew was
extremely
the
cool.
National Unionist.
Besides
Yeah, so
Obama,
then, yeah.
he was like free the slaves. Like what?
Yeah, interesting.
Lincoln
right?
was that man for that. Like free slaves. What? Like I bet when he said that, everybody was. But the slaves didn't even believe it. Like we're not free. Like you know, they're probably never like, what do we do? Where do we go? You know that type of feeling.
It's like during 9/11. I was talking about 9/11 recently, and I was in Kosovo, over like South Europe.
Oh my gosh, I almost went there.
We had a guy run up when 9/11 happened, and he ran up and he was like, "Hey, somebody bombed the Pentagon." And I remember everybody was just like, "Yeah, right, dude. Who's gonna bomb the Pentagon? You can't bomb the Pentagon." And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it was like, whoop, whoop, like all the alarms went off, and
Oh, man.
we had to like lock and load and get on it. You know, it was like, oh, I guess something did happen. And it was probably 6 hours later I actually got to see what did happen, but we didn't believe it. But I mean, we all pictured like some Russian flying a MiG, you know what I mean, over and dropping this like bomb on, like, I don't know. I didn't think that was very feasible, but we weren't really expecting some airliners to.
Yeah, my mom. I actually stayed in Virginia at that time on Fort Belvoir because I was a military brat, and my mom worked in the Pentagon at that time. And while she was in it while it got hit, she was like, I remember running down the hallways, like, and like the ceiling was falling, and
I'm so glad she got out safe. That's
oh yeah,
so
me too.
Scary.
So I'm able to
thought,
tell
like,
this story, and so she was in the
Yeah.
newspaper and all that.
That
like, as a
affected
little-
you so closely. That's like,
yeah,
You're
being
like
in the
you were like
22.
affected.
I was in the I was in the first grade.
First grade
I
back
was
then?
like I was in the first grade. I was in Fort Belvoir Elementary School. Mascot was the Dolphins.
we have one school
And-
here that has the Dolphins. as
And it's a
mascot.
military base, and I was in class, and everybody was leaving, and the only thing I was thinking, like, I know I'm not leaving today. Like, why is everybody? I was like, this is cool. I'm the only one in class.
Oh
Like,
my
that's what I was
gosh.
thinking. Like, everybody's like, this is cool. Like you'll be in the classroom and Sal by Sal, can you bring to the office to grab her stuff to leave it? I'm like, dang. And then I'm like, and then I got called. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I wasn't expecting this, you know? Then I get called, I get picked up, and then like, my dad, he just takes us home, and then he gets us a bowl of ice cream, like gets all of us a bowl of ice cream, and then turns the TV on, and then explains it. You know, like, this is what's going on,
gosh.
like whoop de whoop. And then my mom, like a little bit later, like, cause he's in his uniform and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're on base relaxing, and she pulls up on a bicycle. Like, I guess something was happening with the buses. She couldn't get home, but she found a way home. And we stayed in Fort Belvoir, and she worked at the Pentagon, D.C., probably not too far from each other, but pulled up on a bicycle. Like, this is how I had to get here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
She made it though.
yeah, she made it. It was cool, but I'm sure going through that was just like, and then, like, going back to school, like that next couple years, like, I would meet people who had, like, parents were directly, like, hit in there, like my classmates and stuff. Like, oh,
That's
this
so
is so and so, he just lost his mom in the
Oh my
Pentagon.
gosh,
Like, you
that's
know what I'm
like
saying?
the saddest
It'd be
thing.
like, oh man, I'm sorry. Like, I remember seeing students and stuff like, oh, your parent, oh man, like, you know, because
Well, happy-
everybody works in the same.
Happy Turkey Day and a happy Thanksgiving
To
in that
them.
matter for those who, you know,
Yeah.
today, for those who get
And
to
those guys
be
are
with their
overseas right now,
families.
too.
You know?
I mean, serving. You know, there's no break.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
That's
after that
right.
happened, it was
I
just
remember
like,
many times being in the chow hall on Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not home, but that's okay.
yeah,
Usually
for
I get
real.
food on Thanksgiving and Christmas, so.
Yeah, it's all right. The same stuff still.
Yeah.
It's
you,
good.
you get like the lobster and the crab legs sometimes.
Sometimes, yes.
Bring that in.
I'm ready to go perform overseas for troops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I can't wait. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be my first like foreign show
Do,
before.
do you know when you're doing it?
Nope, probably in like 2 years. I could feel it. Like 2 years, I feel like somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, you want to go overseas?" It's definitely when I don't even headline yet, so it's definitely when I want to be a headliner because I want to be the headliner of that show.
You would want to go there with like Kevin Hart and like.
Yeah, get it like 10 minutes. Yeah, of course. Like, yeah, I'd love to go with anybody right now. If anybody asked me, like, would you like to do that? I'd do it because they pay well, they'd feed you, you'd be entertaining the troops. Like,
He's gonna get shot at a little bit, maybe, possibly.
it is possible too. I see that stuff going on. I have a lot of friends in the military right now who are my age but going through like little military things. They're like, oh yeah, I'm over here and over here. You know, it's like, oh, how was that? But they leave and come back so fast. Like 2 months goes by like that. Like, wait, where were you?
That's right.
2 months.
Or 3 months, or like they'll go. How long were you?
Different army than I was in. I was like 18 months back when we went.
Yeah.
18?
They do like
No,
little
They did the long ones back then.
My friend has in the Air Force, and I have some in the Marines,
yeah, they did
and
three
in Army. In Army, they go like Germany, Korea. Right now, different areas all over. They're all spread out, like, but they all have different jobs and in different branches, so they all just get spread out. I used to hate that as a kid because I grew up military. So when people left, like I'd be like, oh no, you know, scared for them. But a lot of people weren't in any danger. But I guess after losing my aunt, I was just like, man, what are they doing over there? You know, like what's going on? Anytime you have somebody leave, it's like, don't go. When my friends leave, I'll be like, be careful. They come back all, you know what I'm saying? They come back all, like I have this girlfriend, she's in the Air Force, but she went over there and stayed, and I guess she was like, I don't even know what we were doing, you know, why we were doing that stuff, but I just know, like, every day, like, having to be on post and looking over your back and just doing all that stuff. Like, she came back and she had, like, little issues. She couldn't, like, she always thought somebody was watching her or something, stuff like that. And I'm just like,
Well, you're just trained to be on alert. That's all.
is that how you felt as well?
I do have a lot of
still
repercussions
feel-
from that. I'm actually,
Tell us a little bit about
I've
that.
got disability from
Really?
being in the military, yeah.
Where'd you go for? What'd you do? Or
Well, I was in Iraq in 2003. So in 2003, I was a aircraft early warning operator. So I operated a radar. But there wasn't a whole lot of aircraft in Iraq in 2003 that we were like fighting, right? So basically, I was an infantry guy. I did guard duty. I did patrols. I raided houses. I was a machine gunner. So I did like the 4-man stack to go raid houses, and I was the 4th guy. So I'd go up and kick down the door, and then come back in, come in behind everybody with the machine gun, and basically, if they were down, I was supposed to just mow it down, and take everybody out, but never came to that, luckily. So, but yeah, it was crazy, just kicking down doors and doing all that stuff. And there's, mortar attacks, got blown up by mortars and grenades and like different, things like that. And I've been in other like firefights where, it wasn't necessarily like up close, but shooting from a distance and trying to keep things, I guess,
Secure
safe,
the perimeter.
Yeah, and really the same thing is it's like, what were we doing over there? And I mean, there's a lot of contention or arguments on both sides of whether we should be there, shouldn't be there. But I think something else the Libertarian Party does differently than the Democrats and Republicans is we're anti-war.
Oh, nice.
Right? It's like we're for veterans, but we don't want to make more of them.
Right.
We don't need any more combat vets. You know what I mean? With combat vet issues.
Issues, yes.
Right? And we don't need our sons and daughters and nephews and nieces. And, I got like a little cousin that just joined the military, and they don't need to be going over to pointless wars, And I think there's national defense is important, and we have the baddest but national defense like in the world by like 40-fold or something like that. So that's not an issue, but the fact that like having people go overseas and like be in like conflicting areas and when it's all political and stuff, it's sad.
Yeah, it is.
And the Libertarian Party, like, there's kind of some stuff on here I was reading, and it talks about being peaceful. The Libertarians are anti-war. We believe that neither peace nor freedom nor democracy can be truly promoted with a gun.
Right.
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 I mean, if we're gonna
Because
force
you're
you to
raising
vote or
the
whatever,
threat.
we're gonna force you got to take our democracy, right? Like,
Right.
maybe they
That's
could
so democratic.
Put a new twist on democracy that's better. You know what I mean? Isn't that like competition creates better things? Like, could there be a better version of democracy than what we have?
A lot like what Pat Withdrawal
Probably.
was here talking about yesterday, kind of like the shares, like there could be ideas these young people may have that may, add to mine, like collaborate is, yeah. same concept. You know, maybe they are seeing something we're not. You know, it's we don't have to be right all the time, Mr. America, or you know.
That's it.
That type
So he supports the Libertarian Party, and you guys are in support of him.
Does he? I don't know if he's. Well, he did.
I don't know if he does officially yet, but he's going to come speak for us on the 9th. So
Oh, nice.
we definitely reach out. As far as I understand, I don't know if he is a libertarian or not. But
I don't
he's running
think
for
he
a
is.
nonpartisan position as a sheriff, so he's not
Obligated to have
calling
to.
one out or the other. I don't.
Right.
Yeah, because when we talked about it yesterday, he was like, "It's good that they have both sides." He wasn't like, "Yeah, I'm a libertarian." He was just like, "It's good that they have things like that where you could see both sides." Very positive and straightforward answer. You know, very candid.
But I did purposely
answer.
reach out to candidates and actually like Tom Patty is not a candidate. He's one of the county supervisors.
Right.
And he's I'm pretty sure that he's Republican, or he's stated that he's Republican. And I wanted to reach out to him because we had Christina Fugazi at the last one, who was a Democrat, right? And so we've been purposely reaching out to people of other parties to bring them in, not because like we want to copy their party or whatever, you know.
Right,
but
right, of
why
course.
not hear different perspectives, you know? And Christina Fugazi is a phenomenal councilwoman, you know,
Yes.
doing great things for the city and really hands on and one of the first people to put herself first and or to
She'll
do it
be
first,
that
to
voice,
do
yeah.
it first and and so I think like being able to support people like that or Doug Vigil, who's going to be running for the insurance commissioner for the state of California.
Oh, nice.
And so he ran for school board here
Oh,
last
nice.
year for I think it was District 4, District 5 school board.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
Doug's cool.
Yeah. And so he's going to run for insurance commissioner. And so I think it's kind of cool. But he's running as a libertarian, so he's going to put an L.
Yeah, put the L on it, and he wants a fundraiser.
Yep.
Produced
So
by
we'll be doing
MF Comedy.
doing a comedy
So that's
fundraiser coming up in
That's
the
exciting.
spring, in the
Yeah,
spring, so that'll
And he
be
has
cool.
a show here as well.
yeah. Doug, he has.
It's not scheduled yet. You guys.
No, he does
He
a
has
show
a
here.
he has
he
a
has a
show.
show here.
Yeah,
Okay,
he,
yeah,
he
yeah.
has his
also
own.
does-
He does Sundays, I think. Sundays and Mondays?
It's on the board. I can't quite see it right now, but it.
But
Yeah.
you guys may see it back here.
Hey, let me check that out so I can
Does
promote
Doug
it
Vigil-
real quick.
Yeah, he but yeah, he
Yeah, I
does
came
a show.
into his show a couple times. I haven't been able to make it lately. I have a class like right when his show starts at 3
yeah.
o'clock.
Okay.
So that'll be over in a couple weeks.
Yeah. It's Saturday, yeah, but
Saturday.
and I love it because sign language is.
The Vigo show. That's his last name, correct? Vigil.
Vigil?
Vigil. Mhm. But I think he does Sunday.
So
and
it
Monday
is
too.
Saturday
He might have a
at
couple shows he
3.
does. Saturday at 3 also.
Yeah, I didn't see a Sunday. There may be one.
And
I just seen one
I
slide
know
for Saturday.
Monday. I
at
know
3.
he's in here on Mondays, but maybe he records it Monday and it goes up Saturday. Is that how
Maybe.
you guys
I
work,
ha-
or is it usually
Possibly.
live?
I personally have
Possibly.
no idea, but he is running for our. He's putting an L on it. That's why I'm saying that's
Insurance commissioner.
insurance commissioner.
Yeah, and basically
That's
the
very
insurance
interesting.
commissioner is the person that's supposed to protect the consumers relating to insurance. But it's just an elected official.
Right.
So at least we ought to get an elected official that we think is going to represent us, right?
Right,
Like Doug.
right.
But it's kind of funny to see that, and that's actually my industry.
I think that's pretty awesome.
I thought about going after that position just because it's my industry, but I'd have to like quit my whole career and
because
you know.
it'd be conflict of interest,
yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah, I couldn't regulate myself. I don't think they let you do that.
Right. That's why I'm so interested as to
Unless
like
you're a
how
cop, sure,
Donald
the
Trump
cops do
is
that, right?
handling things.
Cops regulate themselves and stuff, right?
Right. So that makes me think about Donald Trump and how is he really regulating? Because like, he has some conflicts of interest that he's really not letting go,
Oh, right.
but he's delegating it out to others, saying that he has no hands on, but he does.
Yeah, and there's really no way
So-
to get away from that.
I mean, you
as
can't
big as
tell him
his
to get rid of his
company is,
business. Yeah,
there's
you-
no way that he can be.
You can't tell him not to give up.
Unbiased.
You can't tell him to give up his business. Like that's his life's work. That's one of the reasons why you guys have him in office.
That's one of the
actually.
reasons probably why he's in office.
That's what I just said. Yep.
And
We're the same
Exactly
thing.
each other.
Yeah.
and
same
that right there is for somebody else's show. I'm playing. I'm disappointed in that. But we have about 15 more minutes left of the show. Alex,
Okay.
you want to share to us about what the Libertarian fundraiser is going to be all about this December 9th?
Yeah. So we're looking forward to this event. It's just going to be to really close out the year. It's going to be the biggest, political event for the rest of the year, as far as I can see on the calendar in any political party.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot going on in December, but It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I think it's early enough in December that it's not quite Christmas yet. I think that was the idea with the 9th is people are done with Thanksgiving. They're hopefully done with most of their
Just
shopping.
got paid.
Right, just got paid after the 1st. Yep. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be at Finnegan's, and the doors will open at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
The show's going to start at 7. We're going to have some political speakers coming through. So we have, like I mentioned earlier, Zoltan Istvan is going to be, he's one of the candidates for governor for California this year. So he's running as a Libertarian. He put down the Transhumanist Party banner
governor.
and picked up the Libertarian Party banner, and so he's going to run with it. And then we also have a second Libertarian candidate, which is Nicholas Governor Wildstar. And so all of his stuff, if you Google Governor Wildstar, you'll find it. And so he's a local activist. I think he's in LA area, but really awesome guy. He's just kind of a working class gentleman that is tired of all the stuff going on and wanted to do something different and show that a lot of people can do that. And so it's really cool to see. You kind of got the scientist guy, and then you got like the other guy that was like more of a political activist, kind of in the working class. And so we have I think there's like 20 different candidates that are running for governor. It's going to be a lot of candidates because it's Brown can't run again. Right. So just the 2 Libertarians. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to get any stage time during the actual events coming up. But we are going to send out a letter to the other candidates, at least the ones that we can find, and invite them to come also. So we'd love to have, kind of like a candidates forum, I guess you would call it. Not really a debate, but we want to have a forum to let every candidate for governor speak, regardless of party. So we're going to open it up. I don't necessarily expect, to have a line out the door of all these candidates that are going to want to come to our event, but they're
I
welcome,
think they
and
should.
We'd love to,
share
to
the
do
stage
it,
with the others.
If they know what's good for them.
Yeah, they really should, because it's kind of like you have your counterparts over here giving their spiel on whatever it is. And it's like that should be your opportunity to come on in and do the same.
That's it.
So,
That's
hey.
it. And so, and I know Istvan gets a lot of press, so we expect to have the TV cameras there and expect to be, having some news crews rolling. We had, I think, 40-something people at the last event. So I think
the last one was lots of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
This
so I think
one's
we're
going to be
grow
better because
grow
we
this
tried
one, make it a little bigger.
Yeah.
And we're going to have an after party that is just going to be off the chain. And
Yeah.
so
Let them know where you can
after
find the
party
after
is
party.
gonna be on fire. It's gonna be good. And
We're going to have Patrick Withrow in there going crazy.
we might not invite him to the after party.
He's gonna be security. He's gonna be security.
Right.
He may not, he's gonna have to stay outside because he may not agree with what's going on inside. I'm playing.
But it'll all be legal though.
Yeah, I'll be legal.
And then also we're gonna have, like I mentioned, Patty, Tom Patty, is gonna be one of the speakers too. So it'd be good to hear from him. And there's actually some stuff that they've done recently. They had some stuff go through the county as far as marijuana regulation that has been a pretty big deal. I mean, they're taxing grows at $125 a square foot. Just
my goodness!
To put that in perspective,
Wow.
my office, my executive
You don't even
office,
pay that much.
I pay $1.50 a square foot.
Yes. $1.50.
$1.50, and they're going to be charging
square foot is a lot.
$25 per square foot.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy. Like
absolutely ridiculous.
It could probably
like
pay
the
for
tax
itself
act of
though.
1939 all over again.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
No,
let's just prohibit
that's
it again.
extortion.
It
Well,
is.
how many
That's
square feet
extortion
is this
because
right
you
here?
because you
think?
know that
Like-
that business makes good money, and you know that business is a great resource and a revenue generator. Does not give people the permission to extort.
I agree.
What
but
it is that's an outrageous. When you're looking at most other comps, when you're looking at comparable, that's not comparable. That doesn't even. That's like way beyond. So they need to like get back in the game and say, really for what it is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Everyone should
That's
be regulated like
it's not
tomatoes.
cool because a square foot is like
a square
this
foot,
big. So
yes.
how many you
12
think
by
is right
12.
here? This is like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably like 8, 12, 8 times 12. Let's do it. 80 to 92. So
Computers and calculators have ruined my brain.
it's 92 times 1 something. So like 92 times. Man, where's the calculator?
Oh, you're saying it's
I'm trying to
Like
think
this
how
room?
much for this room. Like would this room be?
Oh, you're doing the math of
Yeah.
the 125.
Maybe-
Oh,
I'm
okay.
seeing
50
if
square
it
feet?
if it could pay for it. So
No, because still that's extortion. That's way too.
I'm trying to do the math.
125.
92 times 125.
This is in taxes.
Just let me know that number, and I'll tell you if it could pay for itself right now. Let me know that number, and I'll tell you.
Would you say 92 times?
Because
125.
the plant could grow high as well as it could grow wide. So
It's extortion.
as long as you
extortion.
have one. If
That is an overpricing.
no, I understand,
for tax
Renee. I understand
purposes.
it is
So
wrong.
I
it's
understand you're
wrong.
trying to justify why somebody would expect.
$11,500.
I'm not trying to justify.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just saying. I'm saying
$925
how
a square
could you
foot?
still profit if you want to go, because it's a standard. So you're gonna have to pay that no matter what.
No, you're trying to get it down.
Right or
no?
no?
You
You-
fight that. You're
Yeah,
not
that-
gonna.
yeah, we-
you're
we
not
definitely
gonna
should
pay
fight
that
that.
because
Yeah,
they
you could
say
you could fight it,
that's
but for right now,
$11,500.
you have to pay it, correct?
$11,500.
Like at the moment?
No, you have to
Or-
pay it if you want to be a recreational marijuana grow facility.
Yeah, so it would be mandatory if you.
But you don't
wanted
have to be a
do that.
recreational marijuana grow facility.
don't.
You could be a medical marijuana grow facility. And, not
And
pay
then you
taxes.
wouldn't have to pay the. So there's
As far as I
loopholes,
understand.
correct?
No,
Is
it's
that what
just
you're saying?
options.
Yeah. It's always options.
Okay, different options.
But yeah, $11,500. That's a lot.
$11,500 for this. Yeah,
for this little room.
Ridiculous.
You're not
No.
getting much out of this.
yeah, you're not gonna.
Not in one grow. You're gonna have to do multiple to be able to make a profit. And,
Yeah.
And that's just that fee. Plus, there's a percentage. It's like 15%.
Oh, of the earnings?
Yeah.
No,
of
that's
the
ridiculous.
cost. And
They
I
just
think there's
want
another $8.75 per ounce tax on the actual
extortion
flower as well.
That to me
Extortion.
sounds like maybe.
Extortion.
This little our logo down here, tributum est furtum, actually means taxation is theft. So-
I love it, and it is
Yeah, so we
because
just
they
think it's,
taxing really is
extortion,
illegal, but
right?
that's okay.
Definitely.
Yes.
And there's the argument, that our taxes go to good things and somewhat. Okay, well, I think this should be voluntary then. If you
Yeah.
want to put your taxes towards that, that's fine.
That's right.
Right? But they shouldn't make me at gunpoint.
That's right.
Right.
Say like I'm gonna
indirectly,
I'm gonna put a
indirectly.
lien on your house, a lien on your bank account, a lien on everything that you have until you give me what I want.
And
No.
and if you don't, they come to your house with a gun.
And they take
They
it.
put you in jail.
Yes.
Right? So it's a gunpoint.
and they take it, which is ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah.
Totally. So, yeah, tributum est furtum. Taxation is theft.
That's true. Well, anything else that you would like to share with the viewers, where they could find you, where they could
Yeah.
catch you at, your next events besides the Libertarian fundraiser, your plans for future Libertarian events, all that great stuff before we get
definitely.
about
we
here?
have this coming up year. There's actually going to be in Long Beach. We have our state convention
nice.
coming up. It's going to be in April, towards the end of April. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have.
That's the one you asked me to perform at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep. So we'll have some great performers there. Some great
Yes.
performers there, and we're going to have some other speakers coming in and talking there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I think there's going to be the last one we had record attendance, and this one we've got positioned really well. They've got the pricing really low. So I think the lowest bottom entry price if you want to get a ticket is $0. Pretty good price.
Nice.
So they want everybody to be able to participate in business. So you can go and at least participate in the business, and then the meals. And if you want to go and get like lunch meals or go to different things, they're up a little bit more. But I think it was like $85 or something was pretty much gets you into most of the stuff, and it was like a couple $100 for like the works where you get every meal
And
So it's
you
actually
get
really good
access
pricing.
to all the workshops. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be fun down in Long Beach. I've never been there before. I'm actually flying out next week to go do a little
Networking and stuff.
pre-event there. Yeah, we're doing the executive committee meeting there. So, which you can also see online. So you can go to lp.org or lpc.org.
Are you gonna follow
which
it?
is
That is
Libertarian Party California.
lpc.org. Everybody
LPC.org.
follow them.
Are you gonna do any Facebook Live over there or any?
Yeah. We
any-
actually we are on Facebook Live there.
Nice.
I wasn't planning out myself, but that's a good idea. I could do it separately, but we do have live stream. The whole committee meeting is actually live streamed on video, and it's awesome. It's something we've been able to integrate just recently into our system. Where I don't know if the other political parties are putting their central committee meeting like recorded live stream online, but.
Yeah,
That's
I think
pretty
it's great
good,
because
you
you're
know,
bringing
so-
back the information
And
from
it's about
what.
transparency.
Otherwise, if we weren't able to go with you
Right.
and they still want that same information and get that same energy and that
Yeah.
same like invigoration
And you just
about
can't-
it,
you can't, like, read minutes.
Yeah, you
And-
can share. Right. You can share that. Come back, but they
Yeah.
can see that.
And I think the
still
biggest thing is
participate.
transparency. And the Libertarian Party in our organization, we want to try to demonstrate what we think good government would look like, you know, and I think in some of that we make mistakes and we fail and we have, you know, conflict and we have, you know, political stuff happen and that's just nature of the beast. But I think that the idea is that we got to keep trying to simplify, keep trying to keep things transparent, keep trying to make sure that the voters are first, right? That it's about the people.
That's about the
it's
people.
not about the politics or about the politicians, like,
or about the businesses that are supporting them.
right? It's about the people, you know, and making sure that we're all represented and that we're all you know, in a safe environment.
Yes.
Spoken like a wise man.
Living in peace.
Yeah, like it says here, let me end with this part here. It says, you are safe. So libertarians feel that society must protect and educate its children and care for its needy and its elders, which is a big thing for me, actually. I'm taking care of my stepmom right now. She's actually just going on to hospice. And so, like, I've dealt with a lot of people in that decline of life. And there's so much that people don't think about when it comes to, you know, taking care of older people. So we must put the health and safety of our loved ones back into the hands of those whom are most empowered and capable of caring for them, which is their families, right? Yeah. To accomplish this, we must ensure that everyone has adequate and fair access to the basic resources of life, liberty, and happiness. So, you know, really, we say if you can imagine a society not at war, providing for all of its citizens equally and fairly, that all have adequate access to health care and are responsible to the world around them, then, my friend, you are a libertarian.
Well, I like it. I'm loving everything Libertarian is putting down. I'm picking it up, and I see a bright future in the Libertarian Party. And thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for sharing everything. Thank you for coming in this morning. It's been an honor. I had a blast.
Yeah.
And
welcome to the Libertarian Party. It's been awesome having you as part of the group, and your energy's great. So
yeah, I fit in well.
I
fit in well.
You fit in well.
You're gonna have to introduce me to a lot more people. I'm enjoying everybody. I tend to meet the Libertarian Party. I'm like, oh, you're cool. Down to earth people, you know, not too uppity or all that stuff. You know, down to earth people who are really just trying to make a change for people. You know, so I like that.
People are people. People being.
That's
people.
what I'm about to be. That being said, I'm gonna wrap up the show. I hope everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. Did Ryan, Renee, you guys have anything to cap on before we
Be safe for the Black Friday. Be safe.
Yes, please be safe for the Black Friday. And if you guys are...
Don't go driving after eating a bunch of turkey because there's tryptophan in the turkey.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I could bet there's a
asleep.
bunch of sleepy drivers today.
The sleepy enzyme, yes.
Yeah.
There's a natural sleepy. You'll find your whole entire household
turkey
go to sleep
accidents?
right after that first meal.
How many turkey accidents do you think they're going to do?
Nope, I'll be working. I'm going to be heading off to go edit some music. So for all you artists out there that are still wanting to get your music in, you can send it in to riseandshine209@gmail.com. You can get that, or you can link with me through Facebook and or Instagram, Renee Icasiano on Facebook, you know Mine and on Instagram, and you guys can find me, send me your music, and or we can link and I can get a hard copy. Either way, I would love to review and edit if it needs to be edited. I would love to review your music and put it in rotation for our local viewers and listeners. So
sweet.
People.
So go check that out, everybody. Check out Alex and his Libertarian Party and all the fun events they have coming up.
I am Alex Appleby on Instagram if you want to look me up on Instagram. And then Facebook was I am Alex Appleby. Vote for Alex Appleby and ZYX Wealth.
ZYX Wealth, yes.
Oh, right. And don't forget about Alex's you are a
for Congress season 10.
Yeah, not that, but your business.
The financial planning.
Yes.
Yep. So
don't forget
planning.
about that. Holler at him for all your business financial planning needs. And your friendly neighborhood skateboarder, Ryan. All right, everybody. You guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving out there. We have been the Rise and Shine Morning Show. And we are out of here. I'm going to play a little RP9 for you guys, okay?
Okay.
To get up out of here.
RP9 is a local artist from Stockton, and he has just a great sound. He flows very well. You know, he does talk about the life that he knows, and you know, where the hardships that he's taken. But he's got a great flow. He's a great entertainer. Music, it sounds good. He does a lot of the hard work himself with working with the beats and writes his own lyrics. So
nice.
Oh, I apologize. Not RP9. We're gonna go with Bucktown Boozy, who I have performing at my show January.
Hey, Boozy's been in here a couple times. We support him definitely. He's a great supporter, and so
Happy
You guys, if you're listening, if you heard it the first time, remember you guys get tickets to a show January 27th for Bucktown Bluesy out in Modesto.
Yeah, yeah. Talk to him like,
Right.
yeah.